Good morning everybody and welcome to this segment of Langer UK TV. I'm here with my coffee. I thought I'd do a little Dean Martin for you. Actually normally he has a martini in hand, or had, when he's with the Rat Pack, but the coffee is good. Delicious. Now, I thought what I'd talk to you about this morning is one of my absolute pet peeves, and that is the term that we see used so often, metatarsalgia. Now, the reason I hate it is that metatarsalgia as a diagnosis is right up there with headache. And I guess if you went to see your doctor and you said, "Hey doc, my head hurts," and he said, "Well, obviously you've got a headache, that'll be $100, you wouldn't be that thrilled." Metatarsalgia is very similar, and we need to, I think, in our world of sports medicine and biomechanics, we need to, wherever possible, try to make the actual diagnosis, the pathological diagnosis, and metatarsalgia is not a pathological diagnosis. So what exactly is metatarsalgia? Well, here's my foot and part of my leg, and metatarsalgia really is a generalized term. It means pain, as in algia, across the metatarsal region. So the reason I dislike it is that it's not descriptive. It could be anywhere across the ball of the foot from the first met to the fifth met. And really when you've got something that broad, it doesn't help you in terms of treatment if you haven't made the diagnosis. I guess it could encompass things as broad as a neuroma. Obviously we've discussed neurometer a little bit. The most common site for a neuroma is in either the second or the third interspace, so either here or here, and we understand what neuroma is pretty well. It could be a capsulitis. Very common area for pain in the forefoot is under the second metatarsal head, where the capsule becomes inflamed. It might even have a little tear, and this is particularly common if we've got some pathology in the first metatarsal. So the first metatarsal is not working properly, we get overload on the second metatarsal, and we can then get some pathology in this area. A lot of things can go wrong here. We can see a plantar plate tear, we can see actual damage to the capsule. In my experience, I've actually just seen one of these this morning when I was consulting, is that they're often very slow to resolve. Now the one I saw this morning is actually pretty interesting because this lady developed pain after being on a European holiday, walking on cobblestones. She developed what we thought an MRI was telling us is a plantar plate tear plus or minus some capsule damage. After a month, including 2 weeks in a cam walker and the appropriate pressure relieving insole, she's no better at all, and she's now reporting that she's getting some coldness of her foot, which makes me think about complex regional pain syndrome. The other fly in the ointment, and this is where history taking is so important, that she dropped in after the event today, in fact, is that she does also have psoriasis. She's getting pain in her wrist and also her low back. So we're going to send her off and get some bloods and see what we can find there. But I digress there a little bit. So the important thing here is cut metatarsalgia out of your terminology, make the diagnosis, and then try to focus in on the specific problem you're dealing with. You know, you can deal with all sorts of different types of accommodative devices. This is one of the bio products. I like this little device a lot. This is a 3/4 length bio advanced. This is in the lighter density, so this is about 40 EVA. You can see the contouring through the device is excellent, so it provides us with really good support, which is often what's lacking in prefabs. The other device that I've used a lot, and I've mentioned to you before, and I really like this device, this is the BioSoft Plus, and this has memory foam. I'm not sure whether you can see that, but it actually will compress and it slowly expands. You can imagine that for any conditions of the forefoot, including arthritis, which we've not mentioned, something like this could be really fantastic and work really well. So I'm using this particular device very well. So the purpose of this short video was to say, look, please don't use the term metatarsalgia. It means nothing at all. I think it should be stricken from the medical vocabulary, and let's start getting far more accurate in our diagnosis of the forefoot condition and really try to understand exactly what's going on, because if we don't understand what's going on, we can't make the diagnosis, we can't set the goals of treatment, and it's very unlikely that we're going to get a result with that. Okay, that's all for now. Time for me to go back to my coffee. Hope you're all having a great day. Speak to you soon. Cheers.